I'd actually like to show you something else because it's quite possible that we might receive delivery notes by email, for example. So how do I actually assign something like that? These are also really interesting topics. To demonstrate this, I'll switch over to my screen now. For instance, from OAWD, there's OAWD, which is also a transaction for certain scanning scenarios and so on. Here, for example, under material management, you can also trigger something like this, store it here for later entry. That means on the one hand, you can now say, I'll go ahead and fill up my work queue. We work there with ad hoc workflows. We'll see that in a moment as well in the business workplace. This means I can now generate such a work queue. I can generate it in a variety of ways. Now I can simply say, for example, that I want to run several scanning procedures here. So I just like to trigger several delivery notes right now. I'll just grab a few documents at random for now. These aren't delivery notes, but just some random items so that we have something to work with. So this is just supposed to be something for us here accordingly. And here something else as well. Insert as an example. Oh, I think that's something bigger. I think I already had that one in a demo recently. So we've now scanned, so to speak, 2 different documents and are now moving on to processing them accordingly. So this would now mean the following. Now here we can trigger this Bisto scanner so that it generates a work queue now via the scan procedure. We'll take a look at that in a moment. I've now combined these 2 documents here. If you want to do more, the next topic would come up here. A work item was created here. You see 419 was generated. You can now continue scanning or you can stop accordingly. I'll show you another method which can also be very elegant. This is a drag and drop method. This is now also possible with our new Office synchronizer. For example, if we now receive emails here, these are demo emails, please, emails that we receive which we with the delivery notes, then you would now have the option to simply grab the item via drag and drop, for example, and have it created over there. You see 420 was generated. I can simply continue and say, I'll grab another delivery note, just drop it on there, and boom, 421 was generated. This is also a very, very elegant way for us to transfer, for example, PDFs or even entire emails from a Microsoft environment into this process. And where does it all end up now? That should be enough for now. Now, as we said, a work item was created. What is a work item? We can see that here, for example, in the business workplace. You can think of it as something like Outlook, but for SAP employees. And now the latest items have arrived here. Let's just take a look at what that actually looks like. That means it's a work queue with various activities. If I double click on one of these, then on the right side, the viewer starts up. That was the first thing we scanned in. And if I say on the left side, yes, great, then I can go straight over here to SAP Migo. That means we already have this document in the archive and it will then be assigned accordingly through the posting. Let's move on to the other part. That was this drag and drop here, which I showed you. So you confirm, yes, that was an incoming item, and then you're basically back in the Migo posting. As soon as you click Save Here, the documents are linked together and you have a clean situation again. Yes, that would actually be the topic from our side that we wanted to cover in this short video. I hope you were able to get an impression of the various procedures. These are by no means all of them. There are many different possibilities. Please take a look at them, maybe discuss them internally, and of course feel free to reach out to us with any related questions. We would be delighted, and until then, a heartfelt thank you. Goodbye.